Hello, this is going to just be a really quick swatch video of the Urban Decay Naked Cherry collection. I asked on my Instagram, do you want to see a look or do you want to just see swatches? Swatches one, it was close. There was maybe only like a 6 to 8% difference. So I'm just gonna do the swatches. I've done a few videos where I've been wearing the looks that I am gonna feature in the blog post. I did 3 looks. This is one of them. I don't have anything on my lips right now because I am going to put on the lipsticks just to kind of show you that, because there are 2 that I haven't worn. I wore the darkest one. I have my Swatch Queen shirt on, which you can't really see while I'm sitting here, so the intention was there at least. I'm going to start off just with the lips and the cheeks and the eyeliners, and then we'll get on to the palette. I've lined my lips with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Cheat. And this shade of lipstick is called Juicy and it's metallic. It's a little on the sheer side and it's got a lot of shimmer, but it doesn't feel gritty, which is good. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Devilish over top, which is also metallicized. So those are Devilish and Juicy layered on my lips over that lip liner. The metallicized ones are sheer. So right here are the swatches of the lipsticks. This is Devilish, Juicy, and then Cherry. I'm wearing Cherry in the Milk Mascara video, so I'll link that below. I'm only wearing these 2 in this video, so you'll get to see them the rest of the time. Next up for this collection, there are 2 of the 24/7 Glide On eye pencils. They are in the shades Love Drug and Black Market. Love Drug kind of goes with the whole cherry theme. It's this really pretty Marsala. And then Black Market is just a really, you could either call it a sheer black or maybe, it's not sheer, so I hate to say it, like a muted black or maybe like a graphite, really dark gray. Those are them. That's Black Market and Love Drug. There's also a mini size of the All Nighter setting spray. I'm not entirely sure as of right now if it does come in a full size for this scent. It is scented. I use this for eyeshadow generally, and in the palette there are several shades that are really only going to work for you nicely if they are used wet. So you could use something like this, you could use like Max Fix Plus, any of that. Up next is the Naked Urban Decay Cherry Highlight and Blush Palette. In this palette you get 3 shades. This is highlight, this is the blush. This is considered a highlight, but it's more of like a glitter topper in my opinion, unless you might spray your brush and use it wet. I'm not sure of individual shade names at this point. That is something that will be in the blog post, or I can try and put it below if I find them. I didn't see anything underneath here that said there were shade names, but you know, sometimes that works. I might have missed it with my old lady eyes. Okay. So that's the swatches. That's the one that I think will be better used wet. I layered it a couple times just to really get that swatch, and then the blush, and then the highlight. And I've actually been enjoying that highlight as my inner corner eye look. I don't think I'm using that as that today, but I did in one of my eye looks that you will see in the blog post. Now I'm just moving on to the eyeshadow palette. This is super on trend for 2018. I think every single brand has come out with this eyeshadow palette scheme. We've actually seen this earlier this year from Urban Decay with the Backtalk palette. I feel like this is just more of an extended version of Backtalk. So actually, let me go get Backtalk and we're gonna hold them together. This is Backtalk along with the Urban Decay Naked Cherry. So Naked Cherry really does look like an extended version of Backtalk. There are some similar shades that have different finishes to them, and then there are a lot more neutrals in Backtalk versus this one. So They're not complete dupes, but I don't feel like you would need both unless you were a very, very serious cherry burgundy fan. So now I'm just swatching this palette using the finger method, and I'll show you what the more metallic shades look like wet, because I have used them dry, but you really need to pack them on because they do tend to look a little bit more sheer at first. So I'm going to go through everything dry, and then I will do the other ones wet for you. So this first shade is Privacy. It is like, it's really just a brown. It's not even so much a purple brown. I'm not sure what that little, like I have a square going on there. The first pass was really pretty sheer. I did kind of rub and layer. It performs much better on the eye than it does for a swatch. I am wearing it today as a crease deepener. So it's really not that bad, but ooh, that swatch looks terrible. Underneath Privacy, we have Drunk Dial. This one has a more metallic finish. It doesn't look bad on the swatch here, but this is one of the ones, I'm wearing it on my lid today, and I really had to build it up to make sure it was completely where it needed to be and even, and I generally just don't like to do that. But if it's wet, it's much better. It's much more easy to work with the pigment and metallic, and you can get it where you want it to go without using it wet, but it's going to be easier for you just to wet your brush a little bit and go for it. My swatch method is really not working out very well. So this one right here is called Young Love, and it's really beautiful. Again, it's one of the metallics. It swatches really well, but it's really the same as Drunk Dial. So you're going to want to work with it or use it wet. I'm going to change up how I'm doing the swatches to show you a little bit, because doing them on my arm isn't working out. So this is Devilish. Again, it doesn't swatch very nicely. It is matte. It is one of the shades that works much better on the eye. I had no problems with the matte's performances. I was really shocked that they swatched so terribly. I just don't, I don't understand either how people can give a review just by swatching it and saying, nah, that doesn't work. I mean, it's, you have to swatch it, yeah, like check out the color, but put it on your eyes. And I don't care if you show me the eye look, but I at least want to be sure that you're trying it before you're telling me it sucks. Because if I based just swatching off this palette, I would tell you I didn't like it. And I do like it. I think I got some really pretty on-trend eye looks with it. So this one is Bing. This is another matte. That one swatches a little bit more nicely and a little bit more smoothly. I think, yeah, this one I used to like blend out, what was that, Privacy. So I'm wearing Bing today on my eyes. So this is Bing, this is Devilish. These next two are Ambitious, which is this one. This is another metallic, which again, swatches beautifully, but is much better worn wet. And this one is the same thing. It's called Turn On. And it's so gorgeous. It's one of my favorites, but you've got to wear it wet. I'm layering it a little bit more because I feel like it's not showing up very well. I try to keep everything a little bit darker in this one to kind of give off a better thing. This shade is Juicy. It's one swipe. It was a little powdery, but this is another matte. Same thing. It shears out quite a bit. And I actually have used this as a transition shade, I think in my first look that I did, that was the Milk Mascara video look. And it worked really well for that. This one is Feels with a Z. Same thing, powdery until you're blending it out. But again, great on the eye. The last three shades, one of them is a more metallic shimmery shade. And kind of skipped, but better look. That's it, kind of rubbed around. Super even on here. It's got like a really cool glitter to it. It's very multidimensional and pretty. It's super, super sheer. It is not wet. This one is a matte. You're probably not even going to see it because it's like the exact same color as my skin tone. It's called Caution. It's right there. And then the last one is also a matte. Putting it like here. And it's another one that it's probably going to mostly blend in on camera, but it's right there. And I've been getting a lot of use out of those too. I really like those ones. So now I'm just going to show you the shades wet. All I'm going to do for that is I'm going to take the Naked Cherry All Nighter Setting Spray. I'm going to spray my hand and just use my fingers to swatch them on there. Like just spray my hand like that. And I'm just rubbing it in so it's damp. I'm using the wet finger. It's a little too damp to do one swipe, two swipe. These are all the metallic shades used wet, like super wet. This one, this is Bang Bang. This one is Ambitious. This is Young Love. This one is Drunk Dial. And then this one down here is called Turn On. So they look much prettier when they're used wet. That concludes this video of the Urban Decay Naked Cherry Collection Swatch Fest. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out the blog post. It will be linked below Monday after 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when it goes live. Check out the looks and let me know which one is your favorite. Bye.